Please welcome on Alan Dershowitz. Alan, welcome to the program.
Well, thanks. But, I also represented Bill Clinton and Ted Kennedy. I represented Natan Sharansky. Half of my cases have been pro bono for poor people who couldn't afford to have a lawyer. So I've had a very full career, but it hasn't just been for bad guys.
Of course. Oh, yeah, I definitely want to give you the props. I mean, it's only an hour-long show. I think it'd take days to name all of your high-profile clients. But listen, I know you have a new book entitled The Price of Principle, How Putting Honesty and Consistency Above Partisanship and How Hypocrisy Costs Jobs, Reputation, and even friendships. So kind of tell us, what have you lost? I know for you it's considered more controversial for you to basically represent Donald Trump than Jeffrey Epstein. So kind of tell us about the book, and why is that the case in your opinion, Alan?
Well, I've represented mass murderers. I've represented some of the most dangerous and worst people in the world. The only case I ever lost friends over was Donald Trump. And there I was defending the Constitution of the United States, which says in clear language that to be impeached, you have to commit treason or bribery or other high crimes and misdemeanors. And he wasn't impeached for any of those things. He was impeached for alleged abuse of power. So I was defending the Constitution, and my wife and I lost all of our acquaintances on Martha's Vineyard. Caroline Kennedy, the ambassador, the daughter of the president, the ambassador to Australia, looked at me once at a dinner party and said, if I knew you had been invited, I wouldn't have come. My wife was in a gym working out, and some woman walked in and said, oh, that's Alan Dershowitz's wife. I can't stay in the same room with her. It just Larry David started screaming and yelling at me, saying, you're disgusting, you're disgusting. Wow. That's, the kind of intolerance that we see from the woke hard left. And it's not going to affect me. I'm going to continue to represent controversial people right and left. But it really did affect my family, my wife, my children, my grandchildren. And that's just tragically what's happening in America. We're so divided. We're so partisan. You just have to pick sides. And that's just not right.
No, you're exactly right. And Alan, a little bit about me. I'm not just a comedian, talk show host. I'm actually a licensed bail bondsman. I grew up in the bail bond business. And so I've got now, personally, I've been the surety on murderers. And for somebody that, I understand that these people are awarded this by the Constitution, and you are doing your constitutional duty to, obviously represent them. So I respect that as an attorney. As a bail bondsman, why an attorney has to do that. But has there been a client that you had to turn down and you said, I will not represent you?
Yeah, I turned down Radovan Karadzic, the head of the Bosnian Serbs, because he was a fugitive. And I don't represent fugitives. I operate within the legal system, not outside the legal system. Also, I generally represent people only once. I don't want to become a kind of consigliere to a criminal or a crime family. So I do have rules. But I did represent a neo-Nazi for a brief period of time. He was denied admission to the bar because of his political beliefs. I found his political beliefs reprehensible. If he had been run over by a truck, I would not have shed a tear. But I felt that the First Amendment had to be defended. So I won't turn somebody down because of the alleged crimes that they're accused of.